This video we're going to be going over the home link for lesson 3.5, and at the top it talks about how a boy and his friend are playing a game called Fraction Top It, and each player gets 4 cards and they place them at, they're going to use them to fill out this information here, and the goal is to be the player with the largest quotient at the end of the round so that you can win. So as a student, you have to decide where you're going to place these cards to end up with the smallest, or excuse me, with the largest quotient or the largest answer to a division problem. And we know that fractions are division problems. So if you look at this, kind of looks like a fraction. We've got a fraction bar here, and we have a certain number plus a certain number over a certain number plus a certain number. So if I was going to place the numbers in on this chart here, I'm going to go with 87 and 15. Now you might decide to go a different route, but this is what I'm going to go with to try to get the largest quotient that I can, the largest answer to a fraction problem. So my next step is to do 8 plus 7 is 15. Then that is going to go over my answer down here, which 1 plus 5 is 6. So reading this as a fraction, we'd say 15/6. But like I said before, and like I've said many times, fractions are division problems. So we can think of this as 15 divided by 6. There are no groups of 6 in 1. There are 2 groups of 6 in 15. 2 times 6 is 12. Subtracting, we get 3. 3 is less than 6. There's nothing else to bring down, so we have 2 remainder 3. And we could leave it that way, or we can write this as a fraction. So this 2 becomes the whole number in our fraction. Remainders are always the numerator, and then the divisor becomes our denominator. As you can see here, we have the same denominator here as we do here. So the quotient, or the answer to this fraction / division problem, is 2 3/6. If you have any questions, make sure you let your teacher know. And we're going to move on to the practice problems at the bottom. So let me clear this off quickly. And at the bottom, it's asking for the value of the 3 in each of the following numbers. Well, I'm gonna go with a 5 this time. So let's go with 635,226. We want to know the value of the 5. Well, if we start here, we know this is the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place, the thousands place. So if you have 5 thousands, the value of this 5 is 5,000. They're not asking for what place it is, they're asking for the value of that place. So if we had 652, the value of this 5 would be 50. Again, if you have any questions, let your teacher know, and have a good evening.